Hello guys, today I'll be reviewing Aliens Fireteam Elite. Currently I have 141 hours of playtime and I've beaten this entire game on the hardest difficulty, insane. So I basically know everything there is to know about this game, and just let me tell you, I fucking love this game. I'm probably very biased because I'm a huge Alien nerd, and I think if you're an Alien franchise nerd like me, go ahead and buy this game. I don't think you guys will regret it at all. It's been a long time since we got a good action game in the Alien franchise. Alien Isolation was really good, but it wasn't really an action game. It leaned more towards the horror aspect of it. And Alien Colonial Marines, we just don't talk about that. We all of us would like to forget about it and not mention it ever again. So, Aliens Fireteam Elite is a co-op game. At max, you can play with 3 players, and there are 4 campaigns, 3 missions on each of them. So there are a total of 12 missions to play, and depending on the difficulty, it takes about 20 to 40 minutes to beat the mission. So when you are starting the game, there are 6 classes available. But when you start the game, there will be only 5 classes available, and 1 will be unlocked after you finish the entire campaign. Each class comes with its own unique weapon and abilities. For example, the gunner, he can use the CQW and rifle weapon, while Demolisher can use a rifle and a heavy weapon. For the ability, Gunner's ability is called Overclock, and when activated, it gives the entire team faster fire rate and reload speed. While Demolisher's ability is a rocket launcher and a knockback that knock back enemies in a circle around it. So each class has their own roles and unique abilities, and each of them will have different playstyle. At the beginning of the game, you will have access to casual, standard, and intense difficulty, and harder difficulties such as extreme and insane will be unlocked after you finish the campaign. That was the basic background of the game, and I'll tell you guys about the things I love about this game. First of all, the grid system. The max rank of a player is level 20, and max rank of each class is level 8. As you rank up your class, you will unlock more perks that you can put into your grid. So you have to play this matrix game with your grid to fill them up and make your character more powerful. For example, your perk can change your ability duration longer with shorter cooldown, or completely change them right away. Change them entirely. For example, for a technician can set up turrets, and depending on your perk grid, you can change the turret, shoot more powerful bullets, or change it into a flamethrower, which is fucking amazing. Also, while you play the campaign, if you are a huge alien nerd like me, you will probably find many Easter eggs throughout the campaigns from alien franchises such as Alien movies, Prometheus, Alien Isolation, and even from a novel, Aliens Infiltrator. All of these Easter eggs shows how much passion these developers have put into this game, and finding them is really fucking amazing. Also, the atmosphere and the attention to details of the aliens are amazing. As you play the game, you will realize how amazing the atmosphere looks, the lighting and the aesthetics and the art style is stayed really loyal to the Alien movie franchise, and you will feel like as if you're in the movie itself. Also, there are many weapon options such as classic pulse rifle that everybody loves and a smart gun, and even the new ones that they introduced to the game don't feel out of place at all. And all of the weapons are viable. That's the part I love the most. There are no weapons that are extremely overpowered or underpowered that if you see your teammate using it, you're not going to be like, oh, that guy's trolling. All weapons viable, and every weapon has its own up and downs. So I think they did a really good job with balancing out each weapons. Also, the way you can customize your guns is amazing. So throughout the game, you can buy or receive colors of your weapon and decorations for your weapon. Depending on how you want to decorate it, every gun will look unique. I personally wish you can customize your other things, such as your sentry gun and maybe even your shield from a recently introduced new class, Phalanx. But this is currently not an option right now, and hopefully they will add this option in the future. You can also customize your character's outfit. You can buy a hat, you can buy a general outfit, and you can make your character different from the other. One complaint I personally have is that the base customization of your character doesn't provide you many options, which is a shame, and I wish there were more options to make your character look different from the others. Once you've beaten the entire game on whatever difficulty at the beginning, this will unlock Extreme and Insane, and this is where the real game begins, in my opinion. This is when you will want to have voice communication with your teammate and actually play with people who knows what they're doing and have teamwork and coordination. You need to call out your abilities cooldown, and if you're going to use this item at this part of the campaign, like, you need insane coordination if you want to come even close to beating Extreme and Insane. I've seen some people complaining that Extreme and Insane is too hard, the enemies are way too bullet spongy, etc. And even though I do agree with the fact that enemies are quite bullet spongy in higher difficulties, I personally, as someone who's beaten both Extreme and Insane, I don't think it's that bad. You just need good coordination with your teammate and communication, and if you know what you're doing in the map, in the campaign, you won't have any problem. However, there are still things to improve in this game. The thing they have to improve the most is obviously the matchmaking system. I don't know what Cold Iron's studio was thinking when they made a game that is co-op without a matchmaking system. So apparently, it is impossible to get players to play with you if you are queuing up by yourself for a campaign because they don't have a matchmaking system. I personally had this issue as well, but this can be easily fixed by joining a Reddit or a Discord community. I've had very good experience with Discord community. I've met some really nice people from all over the world. I've met people from Korea, UK, Netherlands, Russia, you name it. There are a lot of people playing this game out there. It's just that it doesn't have a matchmaking system to pair you guys up together. So try to find a Reddit or a Discord community. It shouldn't be that hard. And just make a post there. I'm looking for someone for this campaign in this difficulty. And even though sometimes if you're unlucky, depending on your post, it might take a while for people to reply back to you, I honestly thought it wasn't that bad. Like, I've met amazing people there. They are all very kind and nice, so don't be afraid to reach out in those communities. Also, there are many enemy types in the game, such as the game introduces enemies such as scents, pathogens, and xenomorph types such as drone, warrior, crusher, prowler, burster, spitter, you name it. And I do think they did a really good job introducing these new enemy types. It's such a shame that each of them doesn't provide any new gameplay mechanics. Almost all of them share the same weakness point, so all you have to do to kill them is just unload your ammo into its head, maybe for the exception of Crusher and Praetorian. I wish there were new enemies provided and introduced new gameplay mechanics to the game to make the gameplay more unique and diverse, but that is not the case for now. Also, there is no real boss fights. The closest thing we got to a boss fight is from second mission of first campaign, and even that is not really a boss fight. Like in a co-op game, it is very common to have a boss fight in at least one or two in each campaign, but there's no boss fights at all in Aliens Fireteam Elite, and hopefully they add new boss fights in the future. Also, there are very small glitches in game that can be infuriating sometimes. For example, when you fight against hordes of Xenos, one of them will get stuck or have problems spawning in the map, and if you can't kill it, you cannot proceed to the next area, forcing you to quit the entire campaign just because one Xeno didn't spawn in front of you and you just cannot kill it. And they used to have a lot of very small issues, such as audio issue, where you will constantly hear a gun shooting sound even though nobody's shooting a gun, which has been addressed and been fixed for now. There are very few glitches in game where it can get frustrating to deal with, but they fix on it every day. If you join the Aliens Fireteam Elite official Discord server, there are devs who post there all the time that they're working on this glitch, they're working on this bug, blah blah blah. Like, they're constantly working on fixing bugs and trying to make a good game for the player community. Also, there's very few reasons to replay this game. Personally, I would play this game because I enjoyed the higher difficulty so much, and beating them took me a long time because obviously it's really hard. But for some player bases, these higher difficulties can be frustrating, and that's the reason why they quit the game. I guess collecting intels, which is some small Easter eggs where you can collect throughout the campaign to discover more background story and lore of the alien universe within the game, can be part of a replayability value, but I honestly don't think it is good enough. Hopefully the devs will update the game with more campaigns for the players to play, because, no spoiler by the way, the last mission of the game was very underwhelming. You will understand what I'm talking about once you actually play the game. Honestly, this game has been out for less than a month. I'm recording this at September 18th, and I think this game is getting a lot of hate, more than it deserves, because when games are released, it always comes with small bugs and glitches. Like the bugs and glitches we faced in this game is nothing new. And this game is only $40. Unless you buy the DLC. And you can buy the DLC after hearing about what they've released, what they've improved upon. But the base game itself is only $40. Like, it's not a full price $60 game that you see very often these days. And if you love Aliens franchise, and if you love shooting Xenos, I honestly think $40 for this game is such a good investment. I would advise, though, it is way better to play this game if you have friends to play with who would appreciate the Alien franchise as much as you. Like, it's just a shame for me personally that I don't have any friends who are big fans of Aliens franchise, but I did meet some amazing people in the Discord server, as I mentioned before. Before you get this game, hopefully you can get some friends around you to play this game with you, and if not, just go into the official Discord server and Reddit to find people to play with. Yeah, so I personally recommend this game because I just fucking love it. And please let me know in the comments what you love and hated about this game, if you would like to share them with us. And if you ask, you can even ask me questions about how did I beat the extreme and insane campaign. I will try to reply to you all. And see you guys next time in my next game review.